Hey everybody, welcome to Live Coding with Jesse. I'm Jesse, and today we're not going to do what I said we were going to do yesterday, which was try out a new JavaScript CMS, and I'll explain why in a minute. But what we are going to do is pull out some more data from our SQL Server database, and we're going to use our Node.js code that Harshit wrote, and we're going to put it into a MySQL database using the WordPress API. We'll need to make some custom post types, so we'll be working with a WordPress plugin. We'll bring over that one that we have used on some other projects that we made, and we'll modify that to fit our first custom post type will be faculty. So that's what we'll work on. The only other thing that I think we'll need to do is we'll have to do something about the way the HTML is getting pulled in to WordPress. So I'm looking up some things on Stack Overflow that you all had mentioned last week at some point. So we'll try to get that working. But we should be able to get a decent amount of work done today. I don't have any meetings, so we can have a kind of a normal length stream here. So for sure I want to try to get in 2 Pomodoro sessions of work with questions in between and after, and depending on how it's going, maybe we'll go longer. We'll see. And oh, I don't have my headphones or my music on. Let's get that going first. Hey everyone, seeing the live chat, Blake's mentioning so I did just get a haircut, so anyway. Yeah, so I feel nice and fresh with my haircut. Does anyone use Spotify that's watching? So I guess Spotify just came out with well, within the last week sometime, your top songs of 2017 playlist. So I don't know, it's pretty fun. I definitely wouldn't want to share it with everybody because I'd be embarrassed. I'm somewhat embarrassed by some of the songs that it says that I listen to the most, but but it is fun going back through and projects I was working on when I was listening to certain songs all the time. So that's really fun. Just to remember, like, oh yeah, I listened to that all the time when I was working on, this website. So it did bring back memories. Anyway, so if you haven't looked that up yet, see if you can find your top songs playlist on your Spotify account. It's a lot of fun. All right, Jordan asks, what CMS are you porting from? The CMS is called Ektron. And I'm not a big fan of it. I haven't had a lot of good experiences using Ektron. And it's old, and the company that made it got bought out by another company, so I don't really think it has much of a future, so we need to be done with it. So I don't really need this right now. I don't need that. Let's see where we're going. Alright, I was working on this earlier, but I don't think I need it. No, we don't need that. I shouldn't have anything unsaved, so I'm going to not save that. We don't need any of this. None of that. None of that. We need that. Sorry, I was not prepared at all. I ran into one of my former students from when I used to teach high school when I was getting a haircut, and I talked to her for a while afterwards. So it set me back a little bit. I didn't get as much time to prepare as I normally do. Let's see. We got a question from... Alright, I know how I was supposed to pronounce this. Angel? Is that how I pronounce it? Angel? Let me know. I'm trying to pronounce it right. I'm trying to remember. Anyway, ask what's up with the branch on Gatsby. The branch on Gatsby I haven't worked on, but I'm leaving it open, and I want to try to work on it. I really wanted to try to work on them both a little bit, the next branch and the Gatsby branch, and then test them out and see which one was faster. I still would like to do that, but realistically, I've got to be conscious of the amount of time we have to complete this project. There's still a lot of work to be done, and it needs to be done by February. So if we have to, I don't know, wait and finish that branch like afterwards, then that can be pushed. So basically, it's something that's not necessary for us to do. This project can certainly work, and we know it can work with Next. So I think our best bet is to, if we need to, for time, just work on the branch that is using Next and work on the Gatsby branch later, some other time, for testing purposes. Okay. Blake's asking about a question on the FCC Slack channel. I don't have the Slack channel open right now. Maybe I can take a look at it later on though. All right, so we will need to log into this. Tell me this password got saved. Why is it not? There we go. All right. Okay, great. So we brought these posts in last time, and as you can see, they came in like, actually, did it come in right this time? That's interesting. Whoa, alright. I don't know if any of y'all just caught that. So we were having a problem before where we brought all this data in and these tags weren't there. So you could see like root, list view image, detail view image, like, you know, all these custom tags weren't there, and we were getting a different view. So what I just did was, if I go to visual and then I go back, then you can see all those tags are gone and they're all switched around. But if I just go back out to posts and I come back in here, you can see the tags are there again. So I think we're okay with that. I'm assuming what would happen is if I switched to visual, edited something, and then updated it, that we would lose these tags. So at least this is good news, because at first we can still import data without having to fix that problem of the tags getting changed. But whenever I open this up and let other people come in and start editing, I would have to I'd have to fix that issue. So that's actually good, because now we don't have to deal with that on today's stream, which I wanted to fix that before I even started streaming today, but I just ran out of time. Okay, cool. So at this point then, let's build a plugin to make some custom post types. And then we'll install that plugin here on our test WordPress install, and then we'll pull over some data. Yeah, okay, let's do that. So the first thing we'll need to do is grab the plugin from a previous project. I'm trying to think if I have that plugin available on GitHub. I don't think I do. I could probably just grab it from WordPress install we've already worked with. Catechetical Institute. Yeah, so I'm going to grab it from catechetics.com. Okay, let's find. Yep, this is it. This is our project. If you see my head bobbing a little bit, don't laugh at me. I'm listening to some music that has a really good beat, so I just can't help it. Alright, so let me throw this plug in here, and let's change this to PHP so we can get that syntax highlighting. Wonderful. And I definitely need to make this bigger so everyone can see. I don't need this right now. And oops, let me start my timer. So I'm going to start this Pomodoro timer. Harsh is saying try custom post UI. Is that a plugin? Is that a different plugin? I was kind of thinking I just use our current plugin that we've already built. Okay. Alright, so we can just grab, basically we can just change these for now just to faculty. What did I do? Got rid of that. And actually, we don't. The plural of faculty is faculty. I mean, we could say faculty member. Okay. So that's all we need for now. And then we can get rid of all the rest of this. Oops, I need to keep that. It's at the bottom. And why did it do that? Resource. That's weird. Okay. So it's going to support, obviously, yeah, title, editor. Should we have an excerpt? Yeah, I'm going to have the excerpt in there just in case. Definitely want a thumbnail. Okay, that looks good. Post, slug, faculty. We definitely want to show in the API, show in menu. Okay, that looks good. Down here with our taxonomies, Do we need this Google Map API? No, I don't think we'll need this. So let's get rid of this Google Map API. We use this on that Catechetical Institute project. Okay. Change the title of value title for team members. Alright, are we gonna need to do this? Alright, I'm gonna comment this out for now, because we might need it, but just not right now. So let me explain what this code's doing now that I've kind of cut out the stuff that we don't need. And I'm going to comment this for now as well. Oops, did that not? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do a custom taxonomy right now. We'll see. All right, let me explain a little bit, and then I'll decide about that. So here's what we're doing here. We've created a plugin, a WordPress plugin. So we've just given it a name, a description, just some basic stuff here at the top. And within this function, create new type, right? We're creating new post types. So we've created a post type with the name of faculty, right? And then we've just given it some options here. So a singular name. This is the name for the add new button. So it'll say add new faculty. The edit. So basically, we were just given the names that all these labels on the post will have, right? And down here, we're registering this type, and we're giving it, some options. So we want it to have a title that can be edited, and an editor, excerpt, thumbnail. We want it to be shown in the REST API. We want it to show in the menu in the admin panel. We've given it a slug of faculty. Right, so it's pretty straightforward, how this works. You definitely need to know what the right, words are to use. And then down here, we're just creating that type. So that's it. I mean, that's the main point. Down here, though, you can create custom taxonomies. And we may want to do this, but first, I just wanted to make sure that this works and we've done it right. And then we'll get to these. So I'm going to just comment these out for now. And then we may come back. It might not be a bad idea to make a custom type for the faculty members that says their department. Oops. All right. So I'm just going to copy all of this, and let's add a new plugin. Actually, maybe I need to let's see if I can add a new plugin like this. Yeah, I need to upload it first before I can. I don't think I can. You appear to make direct edits. Your plugin. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, let me make. Let's save this first. Migrate. Yeah, we may as well save it as part of this project. So the custom post types .php, and then let's go in here. Alright, so we made a zip file for this, which is what WordPress wants. So let's go back to our plugins directory. upload this plugin. No, 158. Oh man, this little ending piece right there. All right, let's go. Can we edit this editor? All right, let's see if this works now. $157. I think I commented something out that I should not have. All right, let's try this one more time. I think that was it. No. All right. Let's see. Oh no. This is a problem. Okay. I do need that to be closed somewhere. I don't think I ever closed it. That's closed. That should be closed. Yeah, that should be closed. I'm going to check my other version of this plugin. Yeah, I did miss one. Here. Okay. Oops. All right. Let's edit this one more time. This should work. Yay, okay, it worked. Alright, so now we have this post type called faculty. We can go in and add new faculty, right? And the info should come in here. So this is where we had imported these posts before that were faculty members. Now we're going to put it in here. So this is all we need for now. We're not going to do any custom post types yet. Just to try to get all this data in here and quickly enough to get the site finished on time. If we have time, or potentially even after the site launches, we can go back in and make some custom post types. It'll clean things up a bit and make it a lot easier to edit later on. But for now, we're just going to dump everything into this, kind of WYSIWYG editor. All right, now let me go through. We do need. We may be able to just put a category in here. If I make it so that this supports categories, I won't make a custom taxonomy. All right, let's see. Categories. How do you spell category? What is wrong with me? Yeah, that's it. Category. There we go. Alright, that should do it. The process for updating the plugins is not spectacular. I'm sure there's a better way to set it up, but for right now, I shouldn't need to edit this that much. Okay. Plugins. Oops, editor. Alright, let's see if we can now put categories in. We cannot. Alright, maybe I need to. Oops. Alright, so it is in there. So maybe there's. I need to look up how to do that then, or make a custom taxonomy. Alright, so we also have our code that we use to migrate things over. So we're going to use this again. We're going to do it just like we did before. Let's see. Yeah, just like we did before. Post data. But we are going to need to change some of this so that we're not. We don't want this to go to posts. We now want it to go to faculty. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I think the URL was in our config, which, let me switch off here for a minute. So I can't show everyone the config because then you'll see all the passwords and stuff. So let's change this up a bit. Yeah, we'll change this up. Okay, so in our config, we were bringing like the full URL. Now I do not want to do that anymore. We're going to bring, let's see. Okay, so let me switch back. Alright, so here's what I've changed. Before, everything was contained in this WP URI, meaning it had the word posts in there, so that everything that we were putting through here to be sent to WordPress was being added in as a post. We don't want it to be, though. What we want to see is we want to have the option to make things, you know, basically whatever we want it to be. In this case, faculty. So let's give it I guess we can give it a shot at this point. Let's see how much time we have. 6 minutes. Okay. And I know I haven't checked the live chat in a bit. I will as soon as this timer runs out. Where are we at? Faculty. I'm just running through to make sure we have everything we need. Alright, we were trying to make the category faculty. Did we accomplish that last time or not? I want to double check. See if these posts actually had a category. I think we did not. I think they ended up not having a category. Yeah, so they came through as uncategorized. Now, before we bring it in, we really should get this put in here as faculty, because no, not as faculty. We'll want the type of faculty. Because if we pull too much data in, then we'll have to go in and manually add that, and I don't really want to do that. That's going to take too much time. If we figure out how to do this right now, then it'll save a lot of time in the long run. So let's check out what we would have. Actually, I can't check that out now. We have no content in the faculty. Let's see. Let's put in a create taxonomy. Should I do it like this? Let me think. Yeah, I think this is a good way to do it. All right, so we're going to make a new taxonomy for the faculty, and so you don't want it to be named resource categories. Okay, so we've given, these are all the labels that are going to appear in the admin section of WordPress. And then here we've just added some options. Given it a slug, we want it to show up in the admin menu. We want it to show up in our REST API. So let's save that, copy it over into WordPress. Here's plugins, oops, editor. Okay. Let's see if it worked. Maybe it's not working because the plugin's still running. Oops, wrong thing. Let's deactivate that for a second. Okay. Less than a minute now. I'll go back to the live chat, check out what's going on there. Alright. Oh, let's go back in here, activate it, see if it's done anything. And it has not worked. Okay, I'm pretty sure I know what I did wrong. But my time is up. Let's see. Base. There we go. Okay, so see, now we have faculty department. So philosophy. So we have the faculty department philosophy now. So this will work just like categories work on a regular WordPress post, but we've now made it custom. So, all right. So that's how you do it, and this, we have enabled the hierarchy, which is kind of nice. We may or may not use this, but in case we need to at some point, we have it. Okay, great. Now let's take a 5-minute break, and I'm going to go back to the live chat. Looks like there's a lot going on in here, so let me scroll up and get through as much as I can. Okay, Harshit, I see you're posting stuff about the custom post type UI thing. I will check it out. Yeah, I'll check that out. I've looked at this one before. And to be honest with you, so here's the reason why I didn't want to go with a plugin before. One, when I can just like copy and paste and do this like quickly, it ends up being faster. I know it didn't seem that fast before because I had a missing bracket and I missed that. But now that I've gotten through that, those are mistakes that I'm not likely to repeat in the near future. So it's actually faster for me to just copy and paste these. Whereas if I went with the visual editor, I would have to fill out all the fields every time. So I don't like that. Also, my philosophy when it comes to WordPress plugins are if I can do something efficiently myself, then it guarantees that I know for sure what's in that plugin and it's as lean as possible. So, you know, this post type plugin, which I'm sure is very nice and effective, it does come with a lot of extra stuff, like, you know, all the stuff that determines what the UI is, right? And whereas we have no UI involved here, no admin UI. So anyway, if doing it this way ends up taking way too long, I'll check out that other plugin. And we are actually going to use a plugin when we try to make custom fields, because the plugin does save a lot of time. But custom post types and taxonomies aren't really that hard to do. You know, we have the boilerplate right here, and we just change the names, and that's pretty much it. Okay. Thanks, explanation. Okay, looks like there is some confusion about what I was writing. So this is PHP, and so WordPress is written mostly in PHP. So I was making a WordPress plugin that has a category that we can pull our data into. So we're not really going to do anything with PHP for the rest of the stream. This is Node. So we're going to be mainly working with Node and with SQL Queries for the rest of the stream. And I probably won't really show making any more custom post types on a stream since I've already demonstrated it once, and I know we've done it in previous streams. Then I think it'll be fine just for me to do that stuff, you know, different times during the day. Dr. Dan says the code looks really difficult. Yeah, honestly, if I had to write stuff like that from scratch, you know, I'm assuming you're talking about the PHP, then it would be difficult. But I mean, really, when I first made this plugin, all I did was copy how this was already being done elsewhere. I don't remember where I first got this from, maybe from the docs, I don't know. And then just filled in what I needed, right? So it's not that difficult as long as you know, that's why I kind of left this stuff commented out, so we have an example that I don't touch that's not messed up of something that works. If you were talking about this Node stuff, this is somewhat difficult, a little bit more advanced. Harshit actually made this, so it wasn't me. I just modify it, you know, slightly. Okay, Harshit, I see you were saying that I might need to use plural in here instead of category. I could use categories. Yeah, that might have worked. I guess it doesn't matter now since we already added that custom. The custom, I think, is the nicer way to go, because then it's more obvious what is wanted when it's called departments instead of categories. So it was probably better that I went that way anyway. I was just trying to do categories so that it would be a little bit faster. Dr. Dan asks, do we have to use SQL prepared statements with NodeJS? Is it even possible? Yeah, so let's see. Oops, wrong file. Yeah, so we're using SQLize, which lets us put in just basic SQL queries, and it basically so that we can use SQL queries in Node, right? And these are, if the syntax looks weird to you, we had some issues with the syntax. So there are some differences with the syntax between SQL Server for Microsoft and MySQL. So if some of these look different, it's probably due to that, just a difference in syntax. All right. My timer rang, but I'm almost to the bottom here of the live chat. So let me see if I can just get through this last few things here before we move on. Let's see. Street Fighter Motorcycles says 37 watching, but only 9 likes. Unacceptable audience members. Yeah, I don't think I can even. I can't see the likes from the admin panel for the control room for the live streaming. So Anyway, I'm not really sure what the likes do. Do the likes play a role in, I don't know, how you appear, like in searches or something? I'm not exactly sure. I mean, it's nice when people like the videos. I feel good when it happens, but I'm not sure what role they play in the overall ranking of videos. Ooh, 13 likes now. Nice. Thanks for all the likes. Dr. Dan asks if anyone was from America here. I know we have a lot of people from America that watch in the stream. I am from America. So people from California, Colorado, Georgia, Texas. Awesome. Alright, I gotta read this out. So this will be probably the last thing that I read out before we start again with the code. Rook said, I thought taxonomy was something with dead animals. John B says that's taxidermy. So that was pretty funny, Rook. I suspect that Rook may have known all along. It was still pretty funny. Alright, someone from Peru, welcome. Wow, up to 21 likes now. Awesome. Someone from Poland, welcome. And Portugal. Alright, we have people from all over it. I love that. Okay, so let's set our timer again, do another Pomodoro session, and this time we're going to try to put our data into the correct post type, which is faculty, and we're going to try to add this category, not of faculty, but in this case these are philosophy faculty, so we're going to try to add the word philosophy in here. So here's what we're going to need to see. I'm going to need to see how this comes in. So here, actually, here's the problem. I think all right, let's do this. WP, what's the, I can't remember what the URL is. WP JSON / v2, is that it? No rest route post, is it post? No. What is it called? WPJ, oh, WP. Alright, I forgot. Trying to figure out what the rest route is. There we go. Nothing? Seriously? Whoops. Added extra slash. Okay. Slug, stuff, type, post type. Okay. Here's the issue with categories. So when you get data from the REST API in the terms of the categories, it's an array, but it's an array of the category IDs. So I'm wondering if we need to create our custom types first, get the ID, and then send the ID there. Harshit's saying in the live chat, check out the API docs for custom posts. Yeah, so let's check that out. Post types. Okay. I really want to see. Alright, so this is that test post that I just made, and I want to see. Okay, so faculty department is here, and the category philosophy is 3. Alright, so let's just grab this whole thing and put that in here. Okay, so content, publish, faculty department, 3. Okay, let's try that. Alright, so let's save that, and I think that's it. I think that's all we'll need. Alright, so now let's run this. I still don't know what the shortcut is for the console or the integrated terminal. Alright, so let's try. What was this? Migrate? Yeah. Oops, I'm on the right. Which I don't like, but that's not the end of the world if that's the only thing that's being changed. Break. There may be other things changing. It's hard to read it like this. There's a lot of breaks in the middle. Let's see if we have those. No, we don't. Okay, so it is actually adding in a lot of other stuff. So we're going to have to fix that, I suppose. Or at least see how bad it looks. If it still looks okay, even with these additions, then I guess it's fine for now. Wonderful. All right, that's great. All right, let me just go back to the live chat briefly to see if I messed anything up that I didn't notice before we try to do more of this. Oh no, is the stream okay now? It just occurred to me that maybe it wasn't a good idea to change my network in the middle of a stream. So hopefully it's alright. Oh goodness, the amount of viewers did drop off. Let me know if you can see the stream. The status is saying good in my control panel, but I'm not seeing any activity in the chat. So please let me know. Alright, it's okay now? Great, thank you. I've been streaming for like 7 months, and I can't believe it. Like, it never occurred to me, like, hey, don't disconnect yourself from the internet while you're streaming. Anyway, I had to change networks because I couldn't access the database otherwise, but anyway. Alright, it's fine now. Sorry about that. Okay. Harshit's saying we should use GraphQL. Harshit, that's fine with me. I mean, since this works, I'm not going to try to switch it up to GraphQL now, but like some point soon, if you think it'll be faster and easier to use GraphQL to upload this data instead of just the regular REST API, then I'm all up for doing that. But let me know. Like I said, we've been streaming for about an hour now, so I'm not gonna attempt to implement that right now, but I'm definitely open to it. Code CVS, what's the delay on the stream? Can you read out the time when you read this? 2:59 p.m. Eastern time when I'm reading this. There's a slight delay. I don't know how long the delay is exactly. All right, let's try to find and then bring in another department of faculty members. So the first thing we need to do is bring over our what was this called? I always forget what this is called. SQL Operations Studio from Microsoft. So this is an Electron app from Microsoft that is SQL Operations Studio. And I think it's pretty cool. I like it. It looks a lot like Visual Studio Code. First things first, we need to connect. What? Nice. It automatically connected me. That's pretty awesome. Alright, and we need to take... we need a query. How do I get the query? New connection, new server group, tables, content. I know I had saved queries. Where did I save that to? There we go. Let's try to open that saved query. There we go. Awesome. All right, let's run that just to make sure it's working. No. Connect. All right, cool. So that is working. So let's open up another query then, and we can just come back in and change the folder ID, and then this should give us what we need. So what was our select star from content? Come on. What? Alright, this is going to take a little bit because I'm accessing everything. Alright, cool. So I need to look for something that's obviously, let's see. A faculty member. I'm going to have to figure out a way to narrow this down a little bit more. This is a lot of data. Alright, let me just scroll down. There we go. Anderson, Monica. Folder ID 146. Alright, let's check 146. Let's run that. Alright, cool. So I think this is Fine Arts Department. Why does Nick Will have 2? I don't know. Let's see which one is the right one. Nick Will. Alright, this one looks like there's nothing in it. I'm not going to try to pull this out right now. We'll just delete it. Since it's only one, we'll just delete it from WordPress. But these are Fine Arts Department. Oh, interesting that this shows up in here as well. We'll delete that too. We definitely don't need that. Interesting. Okay. Alright, 146 is what we're bringing in. There we go. So now all we have to do is we'll switch it to 146. And then let's make this, well, in WordPress, let's make a new, add a new faculty department. Let's go in here. We could add them directly. So let's name this Fine Arts. And should automatically give us a slug. Yep, Fine Arts. And where's our... It's not saying the ID. I need the ID. Whoa. And it's... There we go. Let's see if I can make it show the ID. No. Okay. Let's... faculty department. Let's see if I can get it here. There we go. So I guess I'll have to just check in the REST API when I add one, which is okay. So it's going to be ID 4. So let's go in here now and change it to ID 4. So when I run this again after making these changes, it should pull in all of our Fine Arts faculty members into our faculty custom post type with the faculty department of Fine Arts. So let's try it out. And there we go. So now we have Fine Arts faculty as well. And let's get rid of this duplicate, which should have nothing. Let's double check. Yep, that has nothing in there. So let's get rid of that duplicate, and then let's get rid of that carousel that we're not going to use. And we can apply our bulk actions. Move to trash, apply. Great. Alright, not bad. So once we got everything set up, all we had to do was run the commands, make a few edits, and we've already got all these in the system here. So you could see how, after really probably just a few days work at most, we could have, all of the content. Really, after another hour or two, we could probably have all the professors. And I'm saying hour or two because, assuming something messes up. But this is going to be much, much faster than the alternative, which was having student workers go through and copy and paste content from the website to WordPress. That would have taken a really, really long time. Alright, cool. So about 5 minutes. Let me go... I'll tell you what. Let me go to the live chat. I basically, because we went through this process twice already, everything beyond this, at least for this post type, is just going to be the same thing over and over again. So there's no need for me to keep doing the same thing, right? You can always, rewind a YouTube video and watch it again. So I don't think there's that much value in doing the same thing again on the live stream. So I'm going to go to the live chat now. I'm going to take any questions that you have and read out some of the comments, and then that'll be it for today's stream. Tomorrow I'll try to work on something else. So we'll see. Let me know right now in the live chat and in the comments if you're watching later if you want to see more of this type of thing, of making custom post types and taxonomies, bringing over data, or if you'd like to move on and get back to some of the React stuff where we're going to build out some of these pages. Now that we have some of this data on the professors, we can make pages for each department with content, and we can also make pages for faculty members. So at least we can make that template page, set up the routing for it. So we have some data now we can play with, so we can move back to the React stuff if we want. But I'd like to know what you all want to see, because I have to do it anyway. It's just a matter of whether I do it on a stream or not. So let me know. If I don't hear from anybody, I probably am just going to go back to the React stuff. I could probably find someone who can run this. I'll just say, hey, watch the video and keep running this script and fill that in. So I may not even have to do this by hand, but I do need to do the React stuff. There's not really anyone else that I would be able to just say, hey, do this, because it's not really a repetitive task. It's more of, there's going to be some creativity involved. All right, so let me check in the chat. Let me scroll up a bit. Okay, so let's see. We have someone from Azerbaijan. Welcome. Also, and they liked as well. Thank you for the like. So Street Fighter says, I'm not sure how likes work, but it's better to have them than not to have them. It's free content that is extremely useful. Liking is the least we can do. I appreciate that. Thank you for saying that. So, I mean, I did say earlier I'm not sure what the likes are for in terms of, YouTube and what they use it for, but it is nice when I get a lot of likes. That does make me feel like I'm doing something worthwhile. So I do appreciate it. Let's see. Code CV asks, what are you building here? We were building... well, there's a lot to this project, but in this particular stream, we were building a WordPress plugin to set up a custom post type and a custom taxonomy. And then we were pulling data from another database, a SQL Server database, and we were pulling it into our WordPress database, which is MySQL. And so that's what we work on today. The bigger picture is that this data is then going to be fed into React app, and eventually there'll be a lot more pieces to it. So I do explain some of it in an earlier stream if you want kind of a more in-depth explanation. So I think maybe like the beginning, like the first video I did for Project 5 has a better explanation. Yeah, and again, sorry about me messing up the stream when I switched networks. Just wasn't thinking. And I am sorry because the viewer count dropped dramatically, so I think I lost about at least half of the people that were watching. So sorry about that. Some of you maybe rejoined after that, so really, really sorry. If anybody that got cut off earlier is watching the recording later on, I apologize for that. Oh, okay. John Boyce said the URL said the tag ID. Let me check that out. Oh, cool. It does say in the URL. So the tag ID is 4. All right, so I don't have to call the REST API to figure out the tag ID. That's useful. I still wish they would put it somewhere in here, but since I could see it in the URL, then that's fine too. Thanks, John, for pointing that out. That's very useful. Yeah, Harshit. Yeah, your migration scripts are awesome. That was really good. I think I mentioned before, like I made like just really minor adjustments, like obviously like just changing a few things, like adding in custom post type capabilities here. I think I did something like right around here. I don't even remember what it was for sure right now, but other than that, like this is perfect. Yeah, really good. I really appreciate that. Hey, John Hansen's here. Says, hey, all late. Sorry you weren't here earlier. I was just finishing things up. Oh, cool. Harshit says he's going to make a PR, which is a pull request with the GraphQL setup. Awesome. That'll be really cool. Yeah. I'm interested to see that. So I assume I'll have to use the WP GraphQL plugin with that, which is not a problem. I figured we'd install it at some point anyway. Okay, so Rook votes for React for the next stream. Cool. John Hansen votes for React. All right. CodeCV asks, is that database open to the public? Unfortunately, it's not. So I only have limited access to this database. So I only have read access to a copy of the real database, and I only have access to it when I'm on campus at this computer on one specific network that I can access from this computer. So it's very limited. I wonder. All right, for my database people here, is there a way that I could easily make a copy of this database and then have it more widely available? Assuming that I'm not going to open up info that shouldn't be opened up, which I'd have to check to see. Maybe like potentially remove some tables or something like that. But maybe that would be better. I mean, it'd be nice if, like, let's say I had to work from home one day, I could still access this and work on it. Yeah, anyway, so I mean, we're not going to do it right now. We don't need to do it right now. But if anybody's watching now or later on, you watch the recording, and you can think of a quick way to duplicate this database, I mean, it might make things easier. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could put it on. I don't know where I'd put it. I'd have to check into like where I could host a SQL Server database, especially a large SQL Server database. Might be a little bit more complicated than I thought, but I think it's worth looking into. Just, so it's accessible to more people. Oh, nice. Okay, Harshit says maybe hosted in Azure. So that's what I was thinking of. I do have an account with Azure already, so yeah, maybe I'll look into that. And it looks like Harshit also found something on Stack Overflow that I'm checking out right now. Studio. Yeah, let's check this out. Interesting. All right, so there wasn't backup. So could I make a backup and then just use that backup somewhere else? Okay, cool. All right, maybe I'll look into that. As I said, there's not absolutely a need for that right now. It would just be nice to have the option of being able to access this somewhere else. All right, cool. Backup to this one. All right, that's cool. I'm going to leave this up on my screen so I have it. I can remember where I got to this. I mean, it's not that hard, but rather not have to think about it again how I did it. All right, cool. Okay, so I've got to the bottom of the live chat here. If I missed your question, I'm sorry. You can throw it in the live chat right now really quickly. If I see it before I end the stream, then I'll answer it. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap things up here. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all your help. Definitely accomplished what we wanted to accomplish today. And it works. Things work like we thought they would. So I should be back tomorrow. I think what day is tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow's good. I should be back. Thursday, I don't think I'm going to be able to stream on Thursday. So there's I have a meeting in the morning, and then in the afternoon we have a Christmas party for my department. So not sure if I'll have time to stream. If I can get a short stream in, maybe I'll try. But I guess plan on me not streaming that day. I think Friday is good though to stream. Okay, we did get another question. I got two more comments, so let me read these out. So Bojendra, let me know if I mispronounce that name. I'd like to say it correctly if I can. But Bojendra says, hi, I just knew about it from one of my friends. What topics are included in here, and what time can we on this live stream? Thanks. So the live stream is usually around 2 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. Sometimes I'll go a little earlier or a little later, but that's generally around the time. If you subscribe to this channel, the freeCodeCamp channel, you'll get a notification, assuming you have your notifications on. But you'll get a notification of when I go live. I also tell everyone on Twitter before I'm going to stream. So my Twitter, a link to my Twitter is in the description of this video. So if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, you'll get an update there as well. And the topics are mostly JavaScript stuff, like front-end development. We do a lot with React. We do some back-end stuff and obviously some database stuff as well. A little bit of PHP because we use WordPress for some things. We use Material Design a lot. I think that covers most of what we do. So I'm always open to trying new things. So if there's something you'd really like to see me do, I can't guarantee that I'll do it because I work on projects that I have to work on for my job. So I don't have complete freedom as to what we do, but if I can work in something new, I definitely try to. And anyway, thanks for watching. Code CV says you should put more detail about what you're working on in the description. Yeah, and there's a lot more I'd like to do with the descriptions and the titles. Basically, the problem I have with the descriptions are that I write them before I put the stream on, and I don't always know what's going to happen during the stream. So sometimes the titles and the descriptions are completely different from what we end up doing, because whatever I plan to do just doesn't work, and we have to switch things up. And often I don't go back usually and edit a description unless I see, like a typo or something. So I definitely agree with you. It's like it's a time issue for me, really, to go back in and do. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but at this point I have over 100 videos, so going back through and trying to make better descriptions is going to be pretty difficult. And I can't really make great descriptions beforehand, as I said, because it frequently changes. So it'd always be me trying to go back in afterwards. I'll think about it, and I'll try to do better with the descriptions, though. So I think that's good. It's a good idea, and I'll see what I can do. I can't promise anything, but I'll see what I can do. Oh, okay. Harsh is asking if I checked out the project. I have. I've been looking at the project. So I will give you some feedback. I guess, Harshit, let me know. You don't have to let me know in the live chat now. You can send me something later. Let me know if there's anything specifically that you would like feedback on, or just like feedback in general as to what I see. I want to be as helpful as I can to you. So if there's some area you really would like feedback on, let me know. Then I can direct my attention to that particular area. Otherwise, if you want general feedback, that's okay too. I just want to help you out as much as I can. Okay, so I'm done with the chat now. I am through everything for real this time. Again, thanks everyone for watching and for helping me out here in the live chat. I will be back most likely tomorrow, and until then, have a great day.